Well, hi guys, so I've got the RX10 Mark IV here, and I've noticed I have some dust inside the end element, so I can speak. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to take the front element out, hopefully, and give it a clean. I've popped off the outer ring, it's just glued on, and it's got a little pin locator, which goes in that bit there, don't know if you can see. But basically we're just going to undo the four to six screws. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's got a little locator pin there, and hopefully we can just lift that front element out. I'm going to use a piece of tape to do so, hopefully. I've actually Rainexed the front element anyway, so when we actually go to lift it out, we can literally just put a bit of tape on there and hopefully lift it out, but we shall see how that goes. So I'm basically just going to undo the screws, lay them down. They're only tiny, so they're not done up ridiculously tight. So you don't even really need a screwdriver as such. I mean, you need a screwdriver bit, but you don't need anything major. So, I mean, this camera is now 4 years old next month. So it's not done bad. Stayed pretty clean. But I did wonder when things might get inside. Probably sand. Anyway. So, does this lift out? Oh, it just lifts off. There we go. So that lifts off. I'll put it exactly the way I took it off. Does this lift out? We don't know yet. There's more screws. How far do I go? That's the question. Let's turn her on and see what happens. So that actually looks like the cover. So I think we'll be okay if we take the next 4. Is it 3? 1, 2. Next 3 screws. Unless it. No. I think that is the element. So let's undo the next. Let's turn this camera back off. And then hopefully we can just lift it out. Nothing like a brave move early in the morning. It's currently, I think, 1 AM. Something like that. Yeah, that lifts off. Cool, that's a heavy, I'll tell you what, that's very heavy. That is extremely heavy. As you can see, dust and everything. I've got to make sure I go back that way. So I'm actually gonna let's put it back on a sec. What can we do? Let's put a little bit of sellotape somewhere. Yeah. There we go. Let's put that there like so, and then cut it there. So now we know that lines back up with that area. Oh shit, pull that out. There we go. So we know it goes back in that way. Right, that's got to, that shim has got to go back in. There. Right, so nothing else to move. Just got to clean this element now. So I'll be right back. I'm actually just going to clean it up. It looks pretty grim. Everything else looks really good. So we're pretty happy with that. So I shall be right back. So guys, I've just done something very, very stupid. I've actually just broken a small piece of the front element. So it looks like I'll be contacting Sony tomorrow to see if I can buy this unit, this part here. By the looks of it, it's two pieces of glass, one top and one bottom. It's not just one big one. It's actually two elements. And the actual dust grit has got inside between both. So I gently tried to manipulate it to move it or anything, and it literally just shattered with hardly any effort at all. You can see there, possibly, just there, that it's actually broken. So we shall plop it back in for the moment. It's not going anywhere, just to stop dust and stuff getting in. There we go. I'll come back to that another day. So that didn't go to plan, did it? Yeah, kind of balls that up. So basically there is the piece of glass that I've actually broken is just in sight. You can just about see to the right of my finger there. You can see it looks like a zigzag. That's basically the broken piece of the lens as such, the actual glass itself. It doesn't actually show up in any photos. I put it back together and tried it. Focus is fine, no real dramas, and doesn't actually show up in any of the photos whatsoever. So not the end of the world, but it's actually it's not a fungus as such, what we are used to seeing in older lenses where you can really physically see the fungus. It's almost like there's a film on the glass in the center of the main element. Unfortunately, it's inside two elements, so it's basically that area. And I've done a little bit of digging, and basically, when you you're going to use a car as an example. When you have had your car for a while, and you notice they've got a bit of grime building up on the inside of your windshield or windscreen, and you think, where the hell does it even come from? It's just dirt, but how does it get inside? Basically, that's your dashboard and the plastics, leathers, and all that, and the polishes and all that sort of stuff, basically breathing in the sunlight. So when you've got a really hot day, it basically starts evaporating out and actually ends up sticking to your windscreen. It's a similar situation that happens with the materials like the plastics, the adhesives, the rubbers, and all this sort of stuff that they use to manufacture things in lenses. So where this element here, apparently it can suffer quite badly, is because these two front elements are really quite close together, but there's obviously still an air gap. So that's where it can start to happen. It's sealed, so there's no water's got in there or anything like that, but obviously you have the food, which is obviously the adhesives and all that. When they go to gas and they actually start, venting inside, that you actually have a food source. And then when you are out and it's sunny and you've got blue, green and UV light coming into your lens, that gives it something to basically get going. So that's what I think's happened. So obviously I've found another part, even though Sony really wanted me to send it to them for repair, which is fine, understandable. Obviously they want to make money. They wouldn't sell me a part directly, but I hunted one down in America. There is one that I found. It was 76 quid, I think, so £76, including the postage. Slightly more with the import tax or whatever, but not a huge amount of money. It's a very easy fix as well. It's literally 10 screws. So 4 to hold it back down onto the lens, on the inner lens, and then 6 to hold the filter ring and everything in front of this as well. So very, very easy fix. It's back in 1 minute. It doesn't take long at all. So that's the reason why it's going. That's why it's happening. Obviously, I was a bit stupid with a screwdriver, a very small screwdriver, tiny little one, and I just thought, I wonder if that element actually comes out. And I just sort of went, no, it's actually like rubbery or glue or whatever like that, and it literally just went ding and just broke the glass. It's super brittle, very, very brittle, and I was like, oh, okay, that's not good. But it doesn't show up in the pictures, so I put it back together and I tried it. It doesn't show up in the pictures at all. No real worry. But unfortunately, if I stop my camera down to f16 and I want to do some long exposures, for example, or starbursts like the street lights and stuff like that, or candles and things like that, you can really see the problem in the photos. Unfortunately, I haven't got any I've actually kept, but you see basically little dots and almost like a shimmer in the pictures. It makes me wonder what it was, and that's what it is. It's basically growing. Like there's basically a film slowly growing on the inside of that lens. So just keep an eye on it. It's not an expensive fix if you need to replace yours. Obviously, mine's 4 years old next month. It's been used, abused in any situation you can possibly imagine. It's been soaked with water. It's had multiple abuses. So if anyone's is going to break or go wrong, it's going to be mine. But it's held up very, very well up to this point. And obviously, me being stupid, I literally just touched it and it broke. Like I say, it's still usable at the moment, but I'm not using it. I'm just waiting for that part to turn up. So yeah, it's like I say, if you do have this issue and you can't start seeing something in the glass and it's kind of obvious, that's possibly what the problem is. So it might be almost like a, I'm going to say it's a fungus, but it's possibly something else. I don't know what you'd call it, a microorganism of some sort that's growing on the glass. But like I say, it's so close together, those two elements, that there isn't much space for it's all to happen. So basically it doesn't really grow like the old style lenses where you see all the really big fungus scratches and marks and stuff. It's really like a translucent film kind of looking thing going on. So yeah, it's a little bit annoying, but at the same time it's going to fix my issue. A nice fresh bit of glass as well, and easily done, and not that expensive really at all, considering the price of the camera originally, what I paid 1,800 quid for. If I've got to spend £100 to fix it, it's nothing, is it? Everything looks lovely and clean in there. I pulled the lens, extended the lens with no end on it, and it was absolutely lovely and clean. Gave it a good old blowout and everything as well, so it's all happy. It's nice and smooth still, so that's cool. Very, very happy that's still working. It's done over 320,000 shots now, the camera. Still going strong. So yeah, just thought I'd show you that, guys. Hopefully that's interesting for some people. I don't know. Some people are probably laughing, going, "What a dickhead!" Yeah, I called myself a dickhead when I did it. I was like, "Nah, I've broken the glass. What an idiot!" But it's replaceable. So, and it needs replacing anyway, like I said, because it's obviously got this issue in the middle of the two elements. So, one of those things, and it is what it is. We should say no more. So, any questions, comments, or anything like that about the RX10 Mark IV, feel free to ask. And obviously, please click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well. And I shall see you soon. Plenty more videos coming soon. I have actually got quite a bit of footage and photos I've actually not had a chance to get through yet. Madness at work, just flat out work, and it's just been no chance or no time really to do so. So there will be more videos coming whilst the RX10 Mark IV is out of action for the moment. So there are some bits and pieces, like I say, coming. So watch out for those. And don't forget to click the subscribe button, little notification bell as well, and I shall see you soon.